Good evening, sir. Myself, Abhilasha Pathak, roll number 2, along with Rupesh Upadhyay, roll number 9, and we are here to present our project that is optimizing the illumination hours of street lights of a road for energy saving while maintaining safety and visibility. This project comes under supervised learning, which is the type of machine learning. Now, firstly, we will explore our data sets. So, over here, we have date, mean temperature, humidity, wind speed, mean pressure. This all gives us the mean average temperature values, which is responsible for weather factors. Now comes the factors responsible for traffic statistics. First one is site ID. This is the unique identifier used by transport and main roads for a location where traffic data is collected at. Then comes description. It gives us the descriptive details of the physical location of traffic counting device. Then next one is site distance. It gives us the physical location of the traffic count site measured in kilometers from the beginning of the road section. Next one is the road name, which gives us the name of the gazetted road section within a major road. Next one is T distance start and T distance end. These both are the start and end through distance in kilometer of the segment, the site where the site is attached to for the road section. Then comes gazetted direction. It gives us the direction of traffic flow. Second last is the hour. It is the hour of the day for traffic volume, and last one is illumination hours. These are the hours up to which street lights will be illuminated based on traffic and weather predictions. As we know that traffic and weather are related to each other, that is, if weather is clean or foggy, then the traffic will be smooth to heavy. Sometimes bad weather also leads to accidents. Thus, to uh, avoid or prevent these kind of happenings, street lights have been introduced. So now we'll predict up to how many hours these street lights can emit themselves, if whether the weather conditions are good or bad, and traffic is smooth to high. So these are the features that we will be applying on our model. So here we will perform some steps and then we will be implementing logistic regressions. First of all, our first step will be is to collect or import the libraries that we are used for collecting the data. Next step will be is to analyze the data. Now third step will be is data wrangling, that is cleaning the unused and unnecessary part from our data sets. Next step is to build our model using the trained data set, and then we can test it using a test. So over here we will performing a split, which basically get our data set into training and testing data set. And finally we will check our accuracy. So now I will be presenting my project. Here we are having some importing libraries where import pandas at PD, where pandas is used for data analysis. NumPy is used for is a library in Python which stands for numerical Python and basically used for scientific computation. Next is Seabond. Seabond is a library for statistical plotting. Fourth one is matplotlib.pyplot. It is also used against plotting. Next one is math, used for mathematical computation. And the rest of the all sklearn libraries, these are the libraries we will be using for performing our machine learning algos. Now I will import the data set, and using pandas we will read our CSV where we will see our data sets. So now I will just use my 8 rows and then I will print it. So here these are 8 rows of my data sets. Next I will print the total length of my site ID, which is present in data sets, which is 99. Next step is analyzing the data. Here we will be plotting some graph which will show the relationship between different parameters, such as at x-axis we will be plotting hour, and at y-axis we will be counting the data which will be present for the which will be responsible for the traffic. Like we will at first we will be plotting the relationship between the hour and the counting. Then at second we will be plotting the graph between hour and the mean temperature, and at third we will be plotting the graph between hour and the humidity. So the graph of all three are, this is the first graph where we will be plotting the relationship between the hour at x-axis and the count at y-axis. Next graph gives us the relationship between hour at x-axis and the mean temperature at y-axis. Different colors shows the range of temperature. Now our third graph shows the relationship between hour and the humidity. Here also different colors shows different ranges of humidity, and at different traffic hours the humidity differs. Now we will be having histogram of three different variables: mean pressure, wind speed, and illumination hours. In this, we will be analyzing the fact that the mean pressure average is between 1015 to 1022.5. Wind speed is between 0 to 10. So here we will be plotting the histogram of the three variables. The first graph shows the histogram of mean pressure. The second graph shows the histogram of wind speed. Here the wind speed is mostly averaged between 0 to 10 hours, and the third histogram is showing the range of illumination hours. Here we see that the mostly the street lights are illuminated for 12 hours. That means here on that day weather is very good and traffics are smooth. Now I want the information as to what all columns are left, so that I will just print the data info which gives the values along with the column. Next step comes data wrangling. In this process I will be just cleaning and removing the unnecessary parts. So for that, first of all, I will just check how many datas are not null and then print them. So these are the datas which are not null, and in the next step I will be just counting the total sum and then printing them. Now I am going to plot some another graphs. I am going to plot heat map, so this will help me to check whether my values have been removed or not, which are unnecessary after performing the data wrangling. And this is the heat map. Here mostly the colors are of null types, that is 0.0. That means there is no null values left. And the next graph is a box plot which shows the relationship between the mean temperature and hour. At the first we see that when the mean temperature is high, then the traffic hours are low, and at the end when we see that when mean temperature is low, then the traffic is too high. Thus they are showing the relationship between the mean temperature and the traffic hours. I would like just to print the 5 rows, and then after that I will be deleting the site ID. I don't think that is the necessary part. After dropping the site ID, again I will just print the 5 rows to see whether they are deleted or not. And after deleting all those, I will just drop all the not null values, and again at the end I will be plotting the heat map to check whether the null values and the unnecessary parts are removed, and how my graph is showing. Here the graph is almost black. That means there is no null values and unnecessary values are present in the graph. In the end I will again print the sum of the total non-null values. I will be printing the 2 rows of the data set to check they all are set or not. Thank you.
From here onward, I'll take over Abhilasha. We will process the data wrangling by removing unnecessary variables such as wind speed, mean pressure, description, site distance, road name, distance start, distance end, gaseous direction, and date here. After clearing, print the head to check our variable are removed from dataset or not. So here we can see that we have only 5 variable here, that is index, mean, heap, humidity, hour, and illumination hour. Our data, after data dangling, my next is to train, test the data. So over here, we need to define dependent and independent variable. Here my y is the value I need to predict, and x drop all the data which is dependent variable. After this, we will have to split data into training and testing subset. For that, we will use sklearn. From sklearn, model selection, import, train and test split. Over here, we have train and test dependent variable, and using split function, we will pass independent and dependent variable, and we will set a split size. In next step, we will have to train and predict by creating a model. For that, we will use logistic regression. We will graph from linear regression, from sklearn linear model, import logistic regression. Now creating instance of logistic regression model, and log model logistic regression max iter 1000. It means it calculates over 1000 of predictions. Now the next step is fit the model. Now I need to make predictions. So predictions log model. Now to make report on accuracy and the performance on how my model is working, we are using from sklearn matrix import classification report. We will have classification report, and inside that we will passing y-test and predictions. Now we have classification report, describe report. To calculate accuracy, we have used the confusion matrix and print it. Here we have confusion matrix, which is 2 cross 2 matrix. Basically tells how accurate the value are, that is 19, 2, 9 and 0. To calculate accuracy, we import function. It gives accuracy, that is 0.633. Our next step is decision tree. In this section, we calculating and predicting the decision tree. Next step is many ML models. In this section, we will just some function to train the data set and print the accuracy here. Now our next step is get and train all models, where we pass x-test train and y-train. We get two models from logistic regression, where accuracy is 0.63, and decision tree, where accuracy is 1.0. We will take input data from predictions. Here we print the prediction by using various factor, which will give illumination hour. In prediction, if prediction is 12, then our illumination hour will be 12 hour, else our illumination hour will be 18 hour. So I am taking some input here. The date will be 8/7/1998. Next one is mean temperature. Mean temperature is 10. Humidity is 84.5. Wind speed 0. Mean pressure 1000. Description. Now next one is description. Now site distance is 2.5. Road name. Now distance start is 0, and distance end is 9.36. Hours is 21. Here our illumination hour will be 12. It means only 12 hour the light should be used